G'day, I'm independent journalist Shane Dowling, and I publish a website and YouTube channel, Kangaroo Court of Australia. And I've been asked to do a short talk for the Adelaide Fringe Festival, and I'll just give you some of the backgrounds. I'm going to publish this video on YouTube. So the festival runs from the 20th of February to the 22nd of March 2026, and the specific session is the power of activism, which will be on Sunday the 8th of March 2026. At the Burnside Ballroom. I don't know where that is, but if you're in Adelaide, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. And my topic is institutional corruption, suppression of non-publication orders, suppression of speech and thought control. Now, on my website, I focus on judicial corruption and government corruption, and I was on the receiving end of suppression orders, non-publication orders, and even a couple of super injunctions for 8 years, from 2014 to 2022. By Kerry Stokes and his associated companies, Channel 7 and the 7 West Media, etc. So I know plenty about suppression orders, non-publication orders, and companies trying to silence you. And in the past, that's what corrupt government officials and business people used. Suppression orders, non-publication orders to silence people. They don't want exposing them. And in recent times, hate speech laws are being used to try and silence people from criticising the Israeli government. And a prime example of that is the Queensland government just passed new laws where they've banned the phrases from the river to the sea and globalised intifada. Now, from my understanding, they aren't hate speech at all, but various people wanted it banned. And I think it's a waste of time because even though those phrases are banned, you can still say things like Israel is a genocide state or Israel is a terrorist state. And they're probably worse than the phrase they've just banned. And it's totally illegal to say them anyhow because the Israeli Prime Minister is wanted for alleged war crimes. And the United Nations said genocide is happening in Gaza. Now, it's nothing wrong to actually say those phrases. It's only when you say them when you're trying to menace or harass someone. And someone in the public say they've been menaced or harassed or feel offended. Now, the new laws originally allowed the Queensland Attorney General to ban any phrase they didn't like, they thought was hate speech, which would have been open to abuse. But they pulled that at the last minute. And any new phrase they want banned has to be approved by Parliament. It's also worth noting the New South Wales government recently passed new laws for protesting, and that ended up going global when there was a protest and the police were beating on the protesters. Whether rightly or wrongly, it doesn't matter. They were on video beating the protesters, and that was a huge embarrassment for the New South Wales government because the new laws backfired badly. Now, I'm only allowed a limited time, so I just want to make these few key points. Activists, no matter what you're challenging or fighting against, at some stage it's like that someone somewhere will try to silence you using the law and quite possibly abusing the law. Just because you get a letter from a lawyer saying you have to do something doesn't mean you're obliged to do it. Lawyers often make demands that they know their client is not entitled to. A prime example is lawyers send letters to journalists demanding they take down an article or video, and when the journalist ignores the lawyer or challenges them, the lawyer quite often goes away, never to be heard from again. So if you're an activist or a new activist and you have limited funds, which most do, don't get scared just because you've been sent a legal threat trying to silence you, silence what you can say. Because if they're trying to silence you, they're trying to limit the information you can share with others. And at the end of the day, there's a type of thought control. They're trying to control what information other people can consume. The more people who take a stand against false legal threats, the more institutional corruption is exposed and it weakens it. Now, it would have been good to be in Adelaide for the festival, but unfortunately I can't be there. But maybe next year or the year after. But if you're in Adelaide, make sure you get along to the Power of Activism on Sunday the 8th of March at the Burnside Ballroom. And you should be able to watch this video. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.